All right, let's give this a go. So welcome in to the Grayson County tax deed auction. Today is August 3rd, 2021. And here momentarily, we're going to get started with the online auction of the delinquent tax properties. First time, doing an online auction. I am also fairly new to the tax deeds in general. Every state is different. Every county also has their own nuances. So it should be interesting. But we'll be starting any moment here. So let's wait around until it gets going. And the first property is now up for auction. So as you can see, this is being auctioned off at almost $10,000. 93 Macintosh Lane. This does have a 1,000 square foot mobile home on it. I did drive by this property. It had a lot of junk spread out all around it. It is right next to Lake Texoma. So that's, a plus. Be interested to see what this goes for. But yeah, as you can see, each property will give 2 minutes. The website will. And essentially, you can make pre-bids prior to the auction. This being my first time doing an online auction, I didn't feel comfortable making a lot of pre-bids, and also, capital is limited for me personally. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, 40 seconds, and should get some results here, I would assume. But I have a couple properties starred, so whenever they do pop up, I do plan on making, at least one bid in this auction. We'll see if I'm able to be the high bidder. That's a complete separate story. Not interested in this property though. It is a 0.15 acre lots. A lot of junk in the area. It looks like it closed. I didn't see what it went for. We're to the next property. I don't know that anybody bid on that property actually. So, okay, so we're to the next property. This is actually about a half acre lot, totally combined. I believe it's in a community known as South Maid, just outside of Sherman, Texas. Two lots being auctioned off together. They're right next to each other. It's about a half acre lots. As you can see, the bidding is heating up. Currently, you're purchasing this property for $16,000 plus the back taxes owed for 2020 of $754 approximately. Maybe they see something I don't. I think there was a mobile home on one of these lots prior. I didn't actually drive by this, put my eyes on this property, but maybe the hookups are there, like the electric and water and whatnot. But yeah, it's still shooting up a little bit. So interesting. $20 seconds, and we'll find out what this property went for. 10 seconds. Currently at almost 17,000 plus the 2020 back taxes out. And that's a wrap. Let's see. So roughly $17,000 for that property. Wow. All right, next up is East Main Street, Denison. Looks like there's some interest in this property as well. For me personally, this particular property, let's see, check my notes on this one. This is a heavily treed lot, 0.16 acres, right in the city of Denison. I don't know what the auction is pausing my updates, but yeah, I'm trying to remain active here. Sorry, website. But going back to this property, it did look to be, you know, undeveloped area, right off of Main Street in Denison. It looks like potentially there was a creek running through it, so not one I'm interested in at all. You know, maybe I'm missing something, but looks like back taxes owed are roughly $100.50 right now. The highest bidder is, you know, out the door. They're looking at around $3,500 plus the back taxes. And I think I'm actually interested in the next property, so I'm going to be quick with this one and try to make at least one bid on the next property. I think it'll go higher than what I want to pay for it, but let's see. So this one is going to finalize at, yeah, looks like 3,500. Cool. All right, so next up is, wow. It's already, you know, way over what I wanted to pay for. This is, you know, a 5th acre lots east off of East Johnson Street. They're looking, you know, no room for profit at, you know, almost $13,000 plus 570 in back taxes. Just mind blowing how much some of this stuff is going for. I did drive by this lots. There was a brand new construction right next to this lot. Kind of interesting. But wow, its bidding is really heating up. 14,000. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have a chance in this auction, which is why I'm making these videos, so I can market and you know, perhaps reel in some investors that may be interested in, you know, this kind of thing. Over 15,000 now. Wow. So again, this is a just over a 1/5 of an acre in Denison off of East Johnson Street. I think it's on the north side of the road. 30 seconds to the bidding's over. We're at 15, almost 5, plus 2020 back taxes owed, which is not included in the total purchase price. Key thing to note on that. What's coming up next? And we're down 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, right at the last second, someone got in a bid there. 15,630. Wow, way more than I thought it would go for. All right, so next up is Oak Ridge. And I think that's the street name in Denison, Texas. I don't believe I actually drove by this property at all. But as you can see, it's drawing a lot of interest. It's already up to 15 grand plus the back taxes of roughly $634. Wow, this one, yeah, I didn't get a chance to drive by this lot. Didn't think I would be interested at the price, but someone's obviously knows something I don't, or they're just very speculative on what they think is going to transpire. I do have interest in the next property, but my real interest is kind of the last few properties here. Well, let's see how this Oak Ridge one lot concludes. Just a bit more information about it. It's also a roughly 1/5 of an acre lot within city limits, close to 1015 Oak Ridge, Denison, Texas. And things are still shooting up. They're almost paying what the tax value says the property's worth, which is not something I would ever advise to do. I mean, you're 17.7 for that property. All right, next up is 121 Cheryl Lane, and this is a 1/2 acre lot with a mobile home on the property. The bidding's already up to $30,000. This is just outside city limits, I believe. 121 Cheryl Lane, Denison, Texas. The mobile home is 1,850 square foot, according to the county records. Built in 2001. Again, a mobile home. And yeah, not something I wanted to pay 30 grand for. Mobile homes, to me, they're not going to retain their value over a long period of time. And yeah, back taxes on this are also almost $1,300. So you're out $1,300 for the 2020 taxes plus whatever the total bid purchase is here, which it's over 30 grand now. Looks like it's kind of cooled off. 40 seconds to go. And it's still going up a little bit, very minorly incremental. But let's see how this concludes. Let's take a quick peek at the next property, which I think is going to go for a lot. So 37, 30 point, we'll call it 30.8. Wow. All right, so the next property, we're already at over 30 grand for this property. Wow. And only climbing higher. Back taxes owed on this property are $2,100. This is actually a home, not a mobile home. This is 701 East Bullock in Denison, Texas. It's a roughly 1/3 of an acre lot. According to the tax records, I only showed a 950 square foot. I did drive by this property. It was built in 1965. There's a lot of new construction around this property. Newer homes, I should say, that are already built and tenants living in them. This is within the city limits. And it's still heating up. Let's see. Closing in on 40 grand for this property, plus the 2020 back taxes owed. "30 seconds to go." Now we're at 40, inching up to 41,000. Where's it going to stop? Where's it going to stop? And it's going to end right around $42,000 for that property. Wow. All right, next up is 106 Clark Street, and I'm not sure if this is being auctioned off together. I guess apparently it's not. I didn't drive by this particular property, but there's 2 lots being auctioned off. I think, excuse me, there's a minor small structure on one of the properties. I don't recall which one it was. I think it. Yeah, I'm not able to tell. I think it's perhaps this property that has a small unit on it. I'm not sure if someone's living in it. It looks, they look to be fairly small. 300 square foot is what I'm showing. And this is the property right in front of it that actually has road frontage at 0.09 acres. So not even 1/10 of an acre, and it's going for almost $8,000 plus 2020 back taxes of roughly $300. This is 106 Clark Street in Whitesboro, Texas. These are all Grayson County properties, being that this is a Grayson County tax auction. So I got a couple properties left that I'm, willing to make a bid on. This last property, there's no telling how much it's going to go for, but I would assume it's going to go for 100,000. I don't think I can play ball in that range, but I would love to if I could. Oh, so that auction just closed. I missed what it was going for. All right, we're now up to the other 106 Clark Street address. I think this is actually a landlocked property, unless you put the property that was auctioned off just before this one. This does have the 300 square foot structure on the property, at least according to the tax records, and it shows to be built in 2006. We're already getting up to $5,000 for this. But I don't know much about accessing landlocked property. I hear it can be challenging in any state, but especially in Texas. So not something I am actively pursuing is landlocked property, whether it's a great deal or not. I just don't understand it enough to make a good judgment call. All right, so we've got 35 seconds to go, and we have a few properties left, 4 to be exact after this one. Ten seconds. And we have it at 4,000, call it 4.8 at the buzzer. Someone got it. All right, next up is 15 Kepler Road in Ben Alstine, Texas. And this property is on a 1-acre lot. It does have a mobile home on the premises that was built in 1999. Mobile home is apparently 1,400 square foot. this particular property was kind of an odd shaped property. It was kind of long and narrow. Very little frontage at the road, but it is in a nice area. A lot of nicer, newer homes in the surrounding, lots around this property. 15 Kepler Road in Van Alstyne. We're already up to, more than what I would be willing to spend on the property, but you're looking at $35,000 for this property. And we have 50 seconds left, and we're already close to 41. Back taxes owed on this, so I assume that that's the annual taxes for 2020 is $3,100. So you're looking at annual taxes of over $3,000 for this 1,400 square foot mobile home built in. It's over 20 years old. I did drive by this particular property. It's difficult to get a good look at the mobile home to see the condition. But again, I'm not a mobile home investor and not pursuing mobile homes at this time. So it's going to end at 45.4, we'll call it 45.4 for that. Just mind baffling. The whole real estate market is just outrageous, especially in Texas, but I know nationwide it's also pretty wild. And I don't, I'm not a real estate agent. I have very little real estate background, but I'm simply getting into these tax deeds as a means to invest into physical raw property. So this is 515 Northeast Sherman Street. 2020 back taxes out are about $350. This lot, I did drive by this lot as well. And let's see. So this particular lot had, some duplexes that looked to be newer right next to it. It's roughly a 0.14 acre size lot. Let's see, it's already over almost 21,000 just for a raw, it's in Sherman, Texas. Sure, it's within city limits, but I don't see how it can be worth 21,000. I mean, the tax roll at the time of the judgment, it looked this property was at $10,260. 20 seconds to go, and we're over 21,000 now. And I got my last two properties, the last two properties in this auction, the two that I'm kind of the most interested in. We're finalizing this one, 21.6, call it 21.7. All right, so next up is 137 Rocky Road in Pottsboro, Texas. I am going to make a bid on this property. So let's go up to and it's quickly climbing. I don't know if I could play ball with these guys, but let's take a stab. And I've already been outbid, so it doesn't take much. So let's go with 17.5. Let's see where that gets us. I'm winning. Still winning. And I'm outbid. So let's quickly get another bid in here. I'm winning again. And I'm outbid. All right, let's try one more time. Getting down to the crunch time here. I'm going to be out $32,000. And I'm outbid. One last go at this property. And I got outbid. And I got outbid again. How did that work? Wow. Really frustrating. I think there was a glitch or something. I tried to get my bid in and didn't go through. So what are you going to do? Problem with technology, right? All right, so the last property we have is 882 WD Hill Road in Sherman, Texas. This property outrageously is already at $127,000. This is a nice newer home. I did drive by this property. According to the tax record, it's 1,400 square foot, roughly 0.9 acres. So, close to an acre size lot, built in 1986. There's a lot of nicer, newer homes around this particular property. But again, we're already over $131,000. Someone has to pay this all cash, by 3:00 tomorrow, and they have to wire that to the county. 27 seconds to go. I'm way outbid. I can't compete at this, this pace, but with all of you, I think we could make a run at it. Then that's all I'll say at this point. 5 seconds, 134,000, 134.5. Wow. 134.5. And that's it. That concludes the Grayson County tax deed auction in the great state of Texas. Hope everyone enjoyed that. It goes fast and furious on the online auctions. As you can tell, this is my first one ever. So maybe I'll get more familiar and get better at this. I do attend the live auctions. But yeah, there's a lot of potential out there, and looking forward to making more content and, informing the public about these tax auctions, especially particularly for the state of Texas, as that's where I reside, and has some of the most favorable conditions for a tax deed, or sorry, the delinquent taxes. Yeah. So with that, I will sign off and thank you for watching.